Hello my sweet friends, my name is Adele and welcome back to another writing vlog. I'm currently on my back porch. It is a lovely day. A little hot, but I'm in the shade so it's not too bad. But I love our new backyard. If you didn't know, I moved. We moved houses. We just moved a little bit closer to the shop. So about an hour-ish, 50 minutes to an hour away from where we did live. But we have a big backyard again this time. And it's so nice. And we have this big tree that is just so pretty. And whoever lived here before us had a little garden going. Obviously have not touched it since then. I would love to, but currently I just don't have the time for that. It is currently 6:33. I just kind of felt like writing. I'm kind of tired today, a little bit sleepy. I got a massage today as well, which was nice. My shoulders have been bugging me a lot, so it was nice to kind of get that worked on. But they're like it's like when you're more in pain afterwards because everything has been so sore. So it's a little hot out here. May go inside after a little bit, but I did want to get some writing done. Got about an hour and a half until Alec gets home, and I'm probably gonna start dinner here in a little bit. But wanted to just get some writing done and keep going where we left off. We are continuing with Project Orion. Still working on the scene outline. Kind of not struggling, but hitting a roadblock with Act 3, but mostly with Act 1, which is weird because usually the beginnings of stories come the easiest to me. Like the whole of Act 1 usually is relatively quick and easy for me to come up with. So it's kind of new that I'm struggling. I'm not struggling, it's just like I'm running into like a small roadblock. Since I am changing some things for draft 3, including adding a new POV, which will be interesting because I've only ever written one POV before. I've never alternated in one story, so I think that'll be kind of fun. But like I'm kind of trying to decide like which scenes should be under which character, and I'm kind of changing some scenes around at the beginning to make room for some of the new stuff that I'm implementing in this draft. So just kind of figuring that out, trying to see, you know, how I can best do that. I'm also trying to reset my Scrivener because I lost the theme that I had set up currently, like the appearance, like with your colors and all this stuff, which is such a little thing, but I am just trying to get that back to like what it was. I'm trying to like remember what it looked like. So I think I'm gonna start with a sprint. I haven't done sprints in a long time, and I know I'm not drafting, so it's kind of like defeats the purpose a little bit because it's supposed to be like word count and stuff like that. But I want to do a sprint just to kind of get back into it. I think I may do 15 minutes. I'll just kind of see what I can get done. Okay, I think I made it like 10 minutes before I had to go back inside because I realized there was no breeze, and like I said, I got a massage earlier, and so I've got like the lotion and stuff that they use all over me, and I was just sweating and I could feel it, and it really icking me out. So we're inside now. Hi everyone, it has been a few days now since I last filmed. Haven't done any more writing, unfortunately. I have had a lot of work stuff. We had an application out for new hires, and then I have been scheduling interviews and stuff like that. So been a little bit busy there. And my dad, my brother, and my stepmom came and visited for the first time. So since we moved out of Texas. So hung out with them for a few days. I'm currently sitting down about to eat some lunch, but I have been feeling motivated lately, like the last few days, to work on Project Orion, but I don't know what I feel like working on, if that makes sense. Like I just like the world. I just really want to like be in the world. I do need to finish the beat sheet that I was talking about, specifically for Act 1. So I may work on that. Something I do want to mention is that I have been using the Reedsy like how to write a novel course that they have online, and it has been very helpful. If you don't know what Reedsy is, they are an online website that I've honestly used for a long time, where they have like a bunch of like free articles and resources for writing and stuff like that. And I have honestly used those free resources for years now, while I've been like looking up stuff for writing, like how I do with outlining. And like when I was preparing for draft 1 of Project Orion way back when, I was on their website. They have a ton of like blog posts and articles just about how to do this stuff. Besides those articles and other resources, they also have like courses online, and I have never taken them before. I've never really looked into them. So in full transparency, I was gifted a spot in their how to write a novel course from Reedsy, so thank you very much. But I have been using it, and at first I wasn't sure if it would like be super helpful, because I am on, you know, I'm going into draft 3 of Project Orion, and it's the course for like how to write a novel. Like it starts at the very beginning. It's like very back to the basics. Like it walks you through like the whole process of writing a novel. So this course specifically, it's a 101 day course. It's like a full, like it goes on for months, and it's like daily sessions every day, and it's all online. It's like pre-recorded, so you don't have to like it's not a live thing, but there are like live check-ins throughout the weeks with like the instructor, as well as like with guests, and like it's like weekly like check-ins. It's like a really cool way to get live feedback from, you know, like the instructor, but as well as like other writers who are in the course. So it's just like these, you know, this master class in writing, and it's like it's a video and like a full article, and there's like resources and examples like every single day for a few months, and it's been really cool. I am obviously behind because I have been so busy, but I have been like working through it, and it's been really helpful. Like I said, I wasn't sure how helpful it would be. I wasn't sure how I would really, you know, be able to like follow along while I am not like working on a draft 1. It's not like a new story where I'm trying to figure everything out, but it's still got like a lot of really helpful information. So like this is like the course dashboard. So this is all the lessons. So it's got 106 lessons, and they're within these like little topics basically, and there are so many of them. And then within each topic, there's like the days. So each day has like a different lesson with like different exercises and examples and resources. And it's really cool. So like this is the one I'm on right now, and it's a full video, and they're pretty long. They're anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes. So like this one's 11 minutes. And then it's like a full thing with examples for different like books and stuff like that. And like I said as well, it's got like weekly check-ins and actual live like panels and classes and feedback events and stuff like that. So it's really cool. It's been cool. Like I said, this was gifted to me, but these are my honest thoughts. I have always loved Reedsy, and I was like very excited when they wanted to gift this to me. So I feel very, very grateful, and it really is a cool resource, and I think anyone across all areas would benefit. But yeah, especially if you are a newer writer or you're looking to really learn, you know, like a comprehensive how to write a book, I think this is a really cool resource. And their next course starts July 1st, which I know we're kind of cutting it close, but July 1st is the next course start date, and they do them, I think, like once every 2 months or so. So I think the next course after that is going to be in September. So I think it's a really cool resource. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. So I really like it. And like I said, I've always loved Reedsy, so I was so excited about this. So I've been working on the beat sheet. I'm not all the way done with Act 1. I am still kind of struggling with coming up with new scenes because I am adding a new point of view, and so like coming up with scenes that would be in the other point of view that were not existing in the previous drafts has been a little more difficult than I was expecting. I'm also just feeling kind of low energy today, but something I think I might do, as you'll know, obviously, going into draft 3. It has been a few years now since I finished draft 2. So like I mentioned, my family came and visited the last few days, and my stepmom was one of my beta readers for draft 2. She's really into reading. She loves reading my writing. So she beta read for me, and she still talks about it. Like, when she first read it, she loved it, and I made sure she wasn't just saying that because she's my stepmom. But she swore that she didn't. But she loved it. She like cried during a part where like I want the reader to cry, you know what I mean? And so like hearing that, it was such a big thing. I like screenshotted that text she sent me, and I'm like keeping it as like motivation. But that was years ago. She has still brought it up to me over the years, and she brought it up again while she was here the last few days, talking about, like, every time she sees me she's like, have you made any more progress on draft 3? And I'm like, no. And so she was talking to me again about how much she enjoys it, and she really wants me to keep working on it because she wants to read draft 3, and how she like reads draft 2 all the time. Not all the time, but she's like, I reread it like once every few months. And she's a big reader. She reads a lot. So I was like, oh, okay, wow. And even my dad was like, yeah, she tells me this all the time. She was talking about how like my book, or like, you know, draft 2 of this that she was reading is like better than like 90% of what is better than 90% of like books out there or something, which might be a little drastic, but I was like, thank you very much. So she was saying all that, and I'm like, you know, really appreciated it. It is draft 2. It is not done. It is not complete in any way. There's a lot I want to improve. There's a lot that needs to be improved. And she's like, I think you should just publish it as is right now and all this stuff, which obviously I'm not going to do. But all of this was it just made me happy. It was very encouraging to hear. I haven't even let Alec read draft 2 because, you know, that was years ago. And I have not read draft 2 in a while. But I guess it's like over the years, I know I've gotten better at writing. I've written, you know, I've worked on other stuff since then. So I don't really remember it, or like what exactly is in it, how it's written, stuff like that. Except for, you know, going over the scene outline and everything. But I don't remember how it's written exactly. Hearing all of her comments, it really made me just feel more motivated and encouraged. One, to let Alec read it, because he has not read it. He still hasn't started it yet, but I'm allowing him to read it now. But I think I'm gonna reread it. I think I want to sit down and actually reread it again, because it has been a long time, and I think I just need like a refresher. I obviously know what my story is about. I know what happens, I know the beats, I know, you know, pretty intimately what the story is, but I think I could benefit from reading it again. And not that I think, you know, my stepmom's opinion is like the opinion, you know, but I brought up a few of the things that I want to change, and she seemed kind of hesitant about it. I also just don't know if she just really loves this draft specifically. But I I don't know, I want to reread it. I want to just get a refresher on where I was with it, what I was thinking, how it was written. I know I've improved as a writer since then, but I still think it would be helpful. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna start on right now. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna try to not make any notes or try to think of it like a writer. I think I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna read it like I'm a reader, like I'm my stepmom, just reading a book. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm still in chapter 1, but I always forget how much I love this opening scene. And like, I love writing openings. I love just writing an opening scene. I don't know why. I like doing it in the middle of whatever's happening, in the middle of the action, and then like filling the reader in to like what's going on and the world. I always forget how much I love this scene, and like, it is one of my favorite scenes of the book, and I don't like forget that, but it's, I don't know, reading it again, I'm like, oh, I can't believe I wrote this. This is such a great scene. I will say I feel like the first scene is very fast-paced, and I mean, it's an action, the scene is just very action-packed, but I feel like there's more detail I could add when it comes to the world and building, you know, building all the outside stuff, rather than focusing on just like the scene, the like the action that's happening. I feel like none of what I'm saying is making sense. I feel like I could add more explanation of the world and what's going on and the reasons behind the actions happening versus just focusing on action, 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 action. Okay, so I just finished chapter 1, and part of me is wondering, like, as I know I was supposed to be reading it as a reader, but as I read chapter 1, there were like parts where I thought of changes, and not like huge changes, but like little things I could add to sentences and to paragraphs to add a little bit more of that detail of the world. Draft 1, obviously you used draft 1, it was a completely new draft. For draft 2, I didn't like edit the existing draft 1. For draft 2, I rewrote the draft completely by scratch, and I hadn't really decided on how I was going to be doing draft 3. I think it was going to be kind of a little bit of both, but you know, there's a lot of new stuff that I would be adding to draft 3, like completely new scenes and everything, so like those parts would have to be written new, but like I'll probably just edit existing parts for parts of the story that I know are going to stay in draft 3. I think I'm going to read chapter 2 and then see how I feel about it, because in draft 2, I believe it is chapter 3 when the inciting incident happens. So like in draft 2, it's chapters 1 and 2 before the inciting incident starts. For draft 3, I think I was thinking about adding a few more scenes before the inciting incident to really get like this setup, like a longer setup before like the catalyst happens. So I don't know. Why is it so hard? Why is writing books so hard? Look who's here to say hi. Oh gosh. Where's that, bub? Where's that? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm just hanging out. You look so handsome. You look so handsome, bub. Look at you. So it's actually 3 chapters, I think, before the catalyst. 3, and then chapters 4 and 5 are like the catalyst chapters that I was mentioning. So I just finished chapter 2. Don't feel like reading chapter 3 right now because I am kind of falling asleep. I had to wake up early because I had a dentist appointment. Guess what? I have a cavity. I have never had a cavity before, and that has been my one thing that I have over most other people. I've never had a cavity, and I have a cavity now, and I'm so upset about it. Ugh. Anyway, that's my day. Oh, I'm just falling asleep over there. Did you hear me talking in a baby voice? And now you opened your eyes. Alright, I'm pretty comfy laying here in my little, like, snuggie. So I think I'm gonna end this video here. I don't know how long it is, but hopefully it is long enough. But yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be reading draft 2 now. So next vlog will probably be reading it and finishing it, unless I just finish it off camera. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna end this here. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, I would greatly appreciate it if you wanted to subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave it a thumbs up. Comment down below, let me know what you're working on, how your day is going. But other than that, that is all for me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.